Good evening everyone. Right, I very rarely record myself, I try not to, but as you can see I'm a hot, sweaty mess. We're having heat waves here in England, as we do every year. It's basically just called summer, but as I'm getting older I'm struggling more and more with the heat. And last year I noticed these neck bands come out, neck fans, and I had a look and there seemed several different designs. And it was near the end of the summer that I saw them, so I couldn't decide, didn't get one. I have now decided on one. Came from Amazon today, so let's have a little look at it and then I'll get it charged up and we'll try it. So I'll put the full details in the description for the film. But rechargeable neck fan. Looks an unusual design, and I did read all the reviews. It is bulkier than a lot of them, but that's also why it seemed to direct the air actually where you needed it. A lot of the slimline, pretty looking ones didn't seem to get great reviews on that. This also has lots of settings, 6 settings. I think we'll open it up and have a look. In the box we've got some instructions. So charging time takes about 5 hours, which gives 6 to 20 hours of use. I guess that is going to depend on the setting you've got it on. So there's power on, power off, 6 different settings and an off. Okay, let's have a little look. USB to C type charger, nice easy. Yep, put that to one side. Right, I can see why people have said they look bulky, because they do, but they're not. They're fairly heavy. I haven't really got a lot to compare to. That's the only difficulty when I'm reviewing something new like this, that I haven't used anything of. But they don't feel overly heavy. They're very flexible, which is excellent. Lovely comfortable pads for the back of the neck. You can see how they're going to work and where they're going to send the air. I think my best bet is to get them charged up and then we'll give them a go. Right, all charged up. Slightly unusual charger. It goes to each side separately, but it's provided and it does the job. So these are all charged up. Let's put them on and see how it goes. Right, for the interest of fairness, I am going to do 5 minutes of my workout first without them on. And let's see how warm I get. So as you can see, a bit warm and sweaty. Not too terrible, but not ideal by any means. So let's give these a go. I've had a little play around, and you can either use one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is sending air out both sides. That's really nice. I'll turn it off, and then again I could use this side. 1, 2, 3, and that is again sending air out both sides. So although they're charged independently, the two sides do work together. Right, that's a level 3. So that, noise-wise, I could hear a conversation. I can hear what's going on. That's really pleasant. That's really nice. I can feel the air right up here. It's particularly nice when you put your head down, although, no, that is good. Right, I'm going to have a go on the Air Walker, and let's see how they feel. They are very comfortable to wear. I was a bit concerned because they're bulkier than other designs, possibly a little bit heavier, but they really don't feel it when they're on. It's just well designed. And as you can see, I'm moving, but they're sitting nice and still. That is really nice. I'm not sweating at all. Let's just try going up the levels. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to stop there for today, and actually I'm going to turn them down a bit quieter because you can hear they are quite noisy on that level. But I've really liked them. I'm not going to do the rest of the equipment. I need to get the dogs out for a walk and down to the river into the cool. So how about we go and take them for a walk? Right, I've come out to give the dogs a walk. Obviously it's still very, very hot, but they're absolutely fine. They can get in the shade and they can get in the water. I can't. So let's see how this neck fan does. I've worn it here from the car, no problems at all. You sort of have to get slightly the right angle. Let's try not to have sun. Once you're at the right angle, oh, that's absolutely spot on. That is really nice. Okay, I'm going to take them for a walk. Right, I am probably the coolest I've been on a walk in this sort of weather for a very long time. I am impressed. I was so sceptical of these, but I've got to say, fair play. So I've got very happy dogs playing in the river. I'm lovely and cool on the bank. What more could I ask for? Where I'm really envisioning this coming into its own is in the tent. That time of day when I go back for a sleep after I've been up early morning and want to go out again for sunset, that is when I really think they're going to come on into their own. And this is only on the 3rd level. It's comfortable around the back of my neck. It's no bother at all walking. You wouldn't know it's there. It's coming up right, really nicely, right up behind my ears. And yeah, right, madam. Yeah, I am really happy with that. That is just so nice. I really thought I'd be talking about how these are just a fad and not worth it. It might be because I've gone for a fairly decent set, and that's why I will put the link in the description. But you can see it's a stupidly hot day out there and I'm very nicely cool. Okay, so my final verdict on the Slientspin portable neck fan. I really like it. I will definitely be using it. I can certainly envision times like sat now. If I've pulled over while I'm travelling to have some lunch, I have a break, but I don't want to keep the engine of the car on, this is perfect. In the tent, in the middle of the day, to cool down, brilliant. I wouldn't be able to wear it in bed. It is too bulky for that, I've got to be realistic. But certainly sitting in the tent, that's going to be a major bonus. When I'm exercising, like earlier, that was great. Out walking, I'm going to get lots and lots of use out of this. What I'm probably not going to do, it is quite bulky. So that's the only downside I can see. Yeah, I'm not going to be putting it in my rucksack if I'm going on a long walk. As much as I might want it of a break sort of section, probably won't be taking it with me. It's safe, it feels safe. You can't get to any of the blades, which is excellent. It works. On the lower settings, it's certainly not too noisy. On the higher settings, it does start to get noisy. On the plus side, it's faded out my tinnitus, so that's pretty good. Battery life, I started off with it about 3.5 hours ago in the gym at home. I left it running in the car whilst I was driving. I then went walking. I've left it running to drive here. So it's been on for about 3.5 hours. Battery life, no problem at all on level 3. And I would say it's still got plenty of battery life in it. So I think that will live up to its forecast 4 to 12 hours, depending on what setting you've got it on. So all in all, I am very happy with this neck fan. I can't compare it to any others because I haven't used any others. But for a standalone item, very happy with it and would highly recommend it. So take care everyone, and we'll see you all soon. Well, I'd finished videoing for the fan for me, and I've been reviewing fans for the dogs, and I am a hot sweaty mess. So I'm going to turn my one on and see whether it can cool me down. So I'm sat in the van, completely closed up, no engine on, no aircon. The dogs have got their fans on them. They're lovely and cool. The back of the van's cooler anyway, but me in the front here, I am getting incredibly warm. So let's see whether that fan can do the job. That's immediately cooler. Yep. Far more comfortable. These are definitely going to get used. Take care everyone, and we'll see you all soon.